Welcome to OpenRocket tutorial number 4. This one's going to be on multi-staging, and to save us a little bit of time, I have pre-built a top stage, and we're going to add a second stage to this. Alright, now the only thing different from it than the ones you've seen in the past is I put the nose weight up in the nose cone. If it's plastic, that's perfectly normal, usually just some clay. And you'll notice that the engine's sticking out about ½ an inch. This was done on purpose to allow for butt staging, so one engine can be butt right up against the other one. Okay, so first thing we want to do to create a new stage is click New Stage. There's nothing in here that we care about. We're just going to leave it. Created one called Booster Stage. All right, so obviously once we do that, we're going to have to create a body tube and control. We're going to select a BT55 tube. Okay, BT55. That's just BT55. Here it is. Okay, it made it 18 inches. We don't really need 18 inches. What we need is about 3.5. Yeah, 3.5. And then we're going to have, okay. And everything else looks like about right. We hit close. And let's see. We got, so we've got body tube. And you notice it overhangs into the second body tube a little bit. That's exactly what we want. All right, and then on that body tube, this body tube, we're going to edit. We're going to do that one. We're going to always put booster on this, just so we can tell one from the other. Because body tube is a body tube is a body tube. Booster, so we can see one's different than the other. And we hit close. And okay, now on that booster tube, we're going to have an inner tube, which is going to have our engine in it. So we're going to do this, and we're going to select this tube to be our standard BT20. BT20, here we go. Okay, obviously 18 inches is way too much, so our inner tube is going to be like, let's see, our inner tube is going to be 3.5. And that looks right, that looks right, that looks right. Good from the bottom. Yes, everything looks fine. Okay. Yeah, and that looks about right. So the inner tube is right there. Okay. So now we got the inner tube. We're going to want some centering rings on it. So we'll select this guy, and we're going to say that tube. Then we're going to have a centering ring. And as you remember, basically, Estes centering rings didn't show up in this thing, but so we just chose the rings from balsa machining. Let's see, 20, 55, and that'll be these. And we're going to select these, and we're going to have their balsa wood. No, they're actually cardboard. They're just cardboard tube. Okay, centering ring right about there is fine. Okay, for one of them, and we want to do the typical Control C, Control V, and we're going to have we're going to edit this one. So it's off from the bottom to be, from the bottom, we're going to do it about 1.5. Whoops, remember that's got to be negative. Went the wrong direction. And that looks about right. We could do more if we wanted to. Okay. Okay, and then we want to add to the stability here. We're going to add a coupler. So we can couple to this, which is one of the reasons why this centering ring is up a little bit. So we're going to add a coupler, and we're going to choose from the database an Estes BTJT55 and K, and we want it from the top, not the bottom, and we want 0. And that looks just about right. It's just about right. Okay, see right there. Alrighty, so we got that. We got the centering ring. The only thing we're missing here is the engine block, which we want to put on here. So when the booster engine kicks off, it yanks the booster stage away. So we're going to add this. And we're going to put, whoops, that's the wrong kind of engine block. That's thinking it's going to be a BT55 engine block. We don't want that. We want to select the inner tube. Okay. And then select engine block. And 2. And we're going to select from the database an Estes, yeah, it doesn't matter. We're going to do this one. Okay. And it's fine right where it is. Okay. So, centering rings, we got engine block, got a tube, we got a tube coupler, everything's funky-dory. The only thing we got to do now is add some fins, close. We're going to add some fins to the booster body. We're going to make some square fins. Just keep it as simple as possible. So we're going to do this. We're going to have 3 fins. We're going to add a rotation of 45 degrees from the upper stage just so we can see them. There's no real reason they could be aligned. And we leave everything the same except we want the height to be about 2 inches. And the sweep angle we're going to set 0. We're going to make them square. Okay. Now, the reason what we're going to do here is back view. Now you can see these are the upper fins and these are the lower fins. Okay. That was the only reason why I put the angle in there, just so you can see that. All right. So everything appears to be in here now, and we're ready to rock and roll. Let's put some motors in here. And okay, you see, I didn't put in that there's an inner tube in here. So we select the inner tube also. Okay, and you see when we did that, it gave us a second one to put it into. To A8, we're going to leave the A85, and we're going to select a motor for this. Those motors you've seen are already there. There is no A8 booster that I'm aware of, so we're just going to use a B60 for that one. Okay, and B66, and we're going to add a B60. And then we have a C67. We're going to add a motor. And we're going to have a C60. Okay, so you see our sets here. A8, a B5, a B6, and a C6. Okay, so we're going to run these simulations. And run the simulations. Why isn't it letting me? Now, for some reason, why isn't it letting me do this? Why can't I? Oh, because I'm not in the simulator. Sorry. All right, so we do this, then do this, and we can run the simulations. And we did. And it says it's got a problem with this one. Let's see why. Warnings, recovery, what did it say? High speed. I don't see that being a problem. High speed. Oh, it's saying that we're covering with the C67, so we're going way too fast when the device is going off. So, okay, so let's go back here. Yeah, motor configuration. And let's make this, click the motor. Let's make this a C65. Okay. And then we'll go back here to flight simulations and run them again. And see, now they're all happy. So he told you when there was a problem, says they thought that we're gonna end up shredding the chute. So that's it. The only thing here is you notice here is a gap. We don't really like that. So we're gonna go back here, and the reason why we had to select the inner tube was because we never did go over here and edit control motor. Now it is a motor tube. We need to make this overhang a minus 0.25, and you see now they're butted up just fine. See, now they're butted up just fine, and you see the engine block isn't covered up. Here's a little bit of a gap, but that ain't gonna hurt anything. When you build it, you can easily push it back in. All we need to do now is check their stabilities. Good. 2 and 212. So all of them are within reason. Okay, and that will conclude this tutorial. And thank you guys for watching. Bye.